Welcome, deviant drivers, to another episode of A Drink with a Driver. Love the background, man.
It's better than the microwave that's sitting over here. Is it better? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide if
Uh,
it's better or not. Did
our
you ever watch
colors
this
kind of
show?
match.
No, the colors do match. Did you ever watch this show, Tiger King?
Yeah, but not like during the pandemic when everybody's watching it. I was working while everybody was at home, but we did watch it
So
after
everybody was forced to watch this because of COVID, because everyone had finished Netflix. When did you decide to watch it?
we watched it. I mean, COVID was obviously still going on because that went on for, well, I mean, some would argue it's still
COVID's
going
still
on.
around right now. I
You
mean, I
know,
have it right now.
and so but it was, like the hate, everybody started talking about it like during the lockdowns. And at work we were locked in together. And so we kind of were talking like, what is this Tiger King thing, like what is everybody talking about, like this, all the memes going back and forth and everything, and we didn't get it. So it took us maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 months maybe after it really peaked and everybody been watching it, and we were like, we
Did you
have to watch
watch the whole
this.
thing?
Yeah, it's addictive. You can't not watch the whole thing once you start it. It's so dumb. Where did you go?
Yep, I'm done with you. We're good.
You didn't watch the whole thing?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing. It was
Why?
horrible.
No, it was like watching a train wreck. It was like you couldn't quite turn away.
No. I watched 30 minutes of the first episode and I never went back to it ever again. And Holly watched the whole thing.
That's
I never
disappointing.
did.
That's disappointing.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you now
disappointing. You watch that trash, filth, nasty BS.
it was hilarious. It is like nothing you've ever seen.
I
And there's
can't.
actually parts of it that was
I
places
know.
that we knew.
I know. Yeah, fully aware.
Yeah.
Fully aware.
You
I was shown those pieces and I still walked away from it. I have no desire to watch it. No, it's filth.
you
It's trash.
we have assigned Glovis to watch some of the most iconic movies in history of this country. And I think it's only appropriate that we all collectively assign you to watch Tiger King in its entirety.
No, no, I have no desire. You know what? I would live stream it on our Discord, but I'm still not going to watch it. I don't care. Nope, 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 nope. Tiger King is horrible.
Well, you wouldn't know because you didn't watch it, but
You just said it was the
it was.
wildest trash you've ever seen.
No, no, it's hard to explain. It's one of those things that you have to watch. It's
Man, I
like
had you up on this
you
pedestal, and now like you
you
dropped.
you can
Did you
you got.
watch that trailer park show too that took place in Myrtle Beach?
Oh, Myrtle Manor. No. Well,
Oh,
we
you know
watched
the name.
some of it because they
I-
were trying to
I'm
film
done.
it at one of my properties. Yeah,
I'm
I
done.
won't mention the name of it, but they were trying to film at the property, and we told them no. It's actually, the technical name is Patrick's Trailer Park. It's been there since the 70s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That was
So
so we gonna talk racing at all or
yeah,
we just
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm literally 1 mile from a track right now,
which one?
Charlotte.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm in Concord.
nice. Are you
I've
taking
driven
the
around that track.
Explorer out?
I've got the Sonata, it's lower to the
Even
ground.
more aerodynamic, even better.
Yeah, all four cylinders just banging away, clanging. I did do the Richard Petty experience over there. That was cool.
Nice, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that was cool.
we did have Trial Mountain at this past time, and some very memorable experiences there, and notable things have happened. Number one, we've had our iconic Turn One disaster, which we'll discuss in detail. As we move through the season, Besso is becoming more American, slowly but surely. It's an odd thing to watch. And equally as odd, you, in a way, are becoming less Italian. Is that right?
I wouldn't say it's right. That's your opinion. That's not my opinion,
Well,
but close to it, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm in the Lambo. It doesn't get less Italian than that.
yeah, people are flocking away from you in the droves, aren't they?
Yeah, freaking Slug today bailed on me. Like he's in our DM messaging, and Silo's like, "Hey, like I'm gonna be out for the next one because of work still." And Slug was like, "Okay," thought he was kidding. And then Floody was talking to him, and I was like, "Wait, I thought you were gonna race with us." And I was like, "You can decide whatever you want." And then today, Floody was like, "Hey, Slug's racing with us." I was like, "That traitor." I said, "I've been stabbed in the back by my closest friends twice this season already." It
Well,
hurts.
let's talk about, since this is drink with a driver, what are we drinking? I think you always everybody knows what I'm drinking, so you can go ahead and make fun of me. So what are you drinking?
So, like I said, I'm in Charlotte, and yeah, I did not prep for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This place does not have beverages
Ooh, what a
of
bummer.
the alcoholic sort. I could go to Texas Roadhouse next door, but I don't think I'd come back. So
Excuse me, I need a gin and tonic to go, please.
I've got, yeah, I've got this virtual background going, but tacos for life. I got some tacos for dinner.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh, we have someone up behind you. What is that? Oh, you get to make fun of me? Guess what? Now you need to look behind you and accept what is behind you, my friend.
What do we have here?
Thank you, wifey.
Welcome.
Someone's birthday is this week.
Someone's birthday is this week. Can I open this on camera, or is this going to be something that's like,
It's appropriate. It might hit you in the face. It's also another one of our friends' birthdays, literally today.
what do we have here?
Don't cheat and look at it before you pull
What
it
do
out.
we have here? All right. All right. So thank you very much. Let me hold this up so everybody can kind of see. Let me get this.
Yeah, your first little Lego car.
Yes,
I found it appropriate.
that is awesome. Thank you very much. This is an
And
excellent
and
gift.
and your wonderful spouse behind you.
Yes, thank you, dear. Appreciate it. That is a very good gift.
You're
I
welcome.
didn't get the deer part, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. We got stuff back there. Otherwise we could put it up there. But this will be excellent. We'll put this as once we get it built. How many pieces is this?
You
I was
by
gonna say,
yourself.
who's we?
1,200 pieces. Okay, so it's going to be a few episodes probably. But
No. Next
Scotty can help.
episode. 2 weeks away. You can get it done in 2 weeks. Easy.
can I?
Mm-hmm.
We could have build sessions together. We could like
Oh my God.
we could build
What have we
together.
done?
This was
What
your
have we
idea.
done?
Your idea. You're gonna have to drive down and help him put this thing together.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't know that Scotty's gonna be much help.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
right.
all of you. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Junkai. I appreciate it. Excellent gift. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
A build session. All right. Well, back
On that
back
note,
to the
I'm out.
racing.
So,
Come on, Scotty.
all right. So we had yes, so we had turn one disaster, which is something that happens fairly regularly at this track. Basically, I
called
think
it.
every time.
Yeah, we've yet to be successful.
Is this our second or third time running at Trial Mountain? It's at least the second, maybe the third.
I think it's second. We did run it in Sunday Cup
Yeah.
once, but
Yeah.
for this style of racing, yes, this is the second time we failed.
And for all our races that we do in Deviant, GT3, GT4, everybody always starts that race. Okay, go easy in turn one. 90% of the time we get through just fine. Most of the time it's, maybe a little bit of bumping and banging, but nothing real major. Trial Mountain, no.
It's a
Forget about
trial.
it. Yeah.
Trial and error. It's all error. Yeah, I was in second place. Nismo took pole coming in off of the reserve. Welcome back, Nismo. And then we decided to put him in the vet. Wonderful job there. But yeah, I took second behind him on pole, and I couldn't remember the stacking order for first and second when it comes to that track. So when I saw that I was on the inside, I was like, look, I'm not moving from this line at all, because last time I got kicked out being on the outside. So I was like, nope, not happening. Staying on the inside. And then you had the Ferrari boys behind us.
Yep.
And I'm like, dang it. I was like, you guys are going to pass me by turn one. I said, I'm holding my line. I said it over comms. It's like, I'm holding my line. I'm not moving. You guys go around me. And sure as shit, everyone went around. Both Ferraris start coming by. The vet's coming by. I think Zen was in tow behind them. And I'm just like, bye. Yeah. I managed to get through turn one. Did you get through turn one all right?
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to kind of, work with what you got and try to lift a little bit. I think I might have lost a position on turn one, it just kind of
I
being on
definitely
a
did.
different line. It is what it is. If you push it, that's what happens, and then you end up with cars all over the place. And which is in typical fashion how it works out
Yeah.
each time.
Yeah. Nismo got out to a quick lead because everyone kind of got bunched up behind him. And then it was just battling from there. And it was kind of funny because it was Nismo, and then it was an assortment between Berman, myself, Tex, and Besso, just all swapping back and forth positions. But it was funny because both Ferraris and the Lambo, like hitting corners, were all sliding all over the face and everything like that. And I felt a little better inside knowing that I wasn't the only one struggling with my vehicle. So
Yeah, this was the first dry track, dry without rain that we
thankfully,
ran for this new season, and I think it was the first time we ever ran Trial Mountain at night too, I believe.
that
Maybe.
is the case. Yes.
It's a little bit
Yes.
different. It was cool. Coming out of the tunnel was really neat.
Hmm.
When you come through there, that was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cool for all that. I don't know how, I'm curious how the yellow headlights do there, because the Ferraris have yellow headlights. I
Yeah,
didn't hear Chaotica bitching about the headlights, so I think maybe he's okay, possibly. Does your car have high beams? Mine do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
I they were not on until I finally realized that I was behind Besso, and he probably thinks I was flashing them, but I was just turning them on. Because the regular headlights came on. I was like, this doesn't seem like it's illuminated enough. And what a world of difference. I don't know if any of the cars now don't have high beams. Again, we know Chaoticus probably does because he hasn't complained about it yet. So
Yeah, typically, in real racing, typically the GT4 cars run yellow so that coming up behind you what
yeah,
class of
no,
car it
we
is.
don't have.
But we don't have that. So it seemed like most people run in white headlights, but I guess
Yeah,
the Ferraris you cannot change, I guess, maybe, or maybe that's what they selected. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, we've got two more night tracks, I think, with Bathurst is a 12-hour cycle.
Yep.
Nürburgring is a 24-hour cycle.
Yep. And then St. Croix is evening, so it's probably going to get
Oh,
dark on that.
who decided this crap?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who decided,
Oh
who
God,
decided this. And actually, Al sushi is at night as well. So we're going to be driving mostly in the dark, actually.
really? Okay,
Yeah, sunset for Trial Mountain, one we just had, which turned dark. Monza's in the late morning, so that'll be all day.
that's fine.
Alsace is night, so it's all dark. And then 12 hours of Bathurst is going to be a 12-hour cycle, so I'm assuming we're going to get some dark in there. St. Croix evening, and then Nürburgring is going to be a 24-hour race. So pretty much in the dark for all of them.
Check your headlights. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Not really.
And
Freaking fast.
Besso is warming up to his car. So like we mentioned, he is enjoying the vet more and more. He made a comment about it that he loves this thing.
Well, I mean, we've said it multiple different times. That car doesn't belong in this class of cars we have left. Um, but watching him pull up on me on the straight, like, I mean, just the gain on that stupid car compared to mine was insane. The way he was able to track down
Right.
with the top end plus in slipstream. So that made it extremely difficult the whole race, just trying to hold back some of the faster cars. And that's going to be a huge, huge problem at our next race, our
Now,
next two.
it will be, but the truth is like for the next race at Monza, as much as you've had difficulty with your car as you've expressed, Monza's not gonna Monza won't be too bad for the Lambo. It's quick, right?
It's quick in the turns. It's not quick anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, it's quick if you're above 50% on your tire wear,
Mm-hmm.
and it's quick in the turns. Otherwise, again, it's slow off the line, it's slow top end. Yeah, so that's gonna be kind of like Daytona was. I'm gonna have to find someone's bumper that I prefer to be behind, and we'll just continue on and see where it goes. So yeah, I've never driven the Lambo at Monza, so I don't know how that's gonna go. I think everything will be fine except for the last turn, because the last turn is similar to Trial Mountain with the big left-hander after the straight,
Mm-hmm.
which car gets sideways, and then the S's are going to be difficult
The high speed S's
because,
in the back.
yeah,
Okay.
because this thing does not do well on curbs. You can hit curbs straight on, but accelerating on curbs,
Not good.
whoop, nope, not at all. Nope. So, yeah, I
Well,
learned that at Autopolis because I spun out twice on a curb, just accelerating, and the curb was straight. So, yeah, I'm learning it though. I mean, I did use ASM for this race.
did that help?
It helped with a couple different locations, yes. It
Okay.
gave me a little bit more confidence going through turn 1, 2, and 3. ASM was it gave me the confidence in some parts of the track. I mean, the rear end would still come around,
Mm-hmm.
like, and the way Zen was explaining is it just gives you more downforce on the front and additional tire wear on the front, which I did see. Um, so I don't think I'm going to be able to race that way at every track, just because of the tire wear to begin with. But for this track, it definitely helped. It made me a touch bit slower. I was able to do faster times without it, but I was able to be a little bit more confident in it. But I still struggle with pushing the car. Um, just fear of losing it and screwing up someone else's race,
Mm.
you know. And
Yeah.
then the other part, I don't know what your strategy was, but I ran medium. I was starting on medium regardless because I didn't know what the track temps would be, and I could only get 5 laps off of softs. That was it.
Yeah, Dirksey and I kind of did the same thing. I mean, the strategy wasn't perfect. I kind of messed that up a little bit. I could have run all softs, but we were
Yeah,
trying to get start on mediums because again, we didn't know what the tire wear was going to be or how quickly the track was going to cool and all that kind of stuff. So, we went ahead and went with mediums as a safe bet. And then we had our fuel calculations to do to be able to make it, and came up a couple laps short, and I noticed several times Dirksey said the same thing that he noticed was the I guess we were over revving probably because my averages were falling lower than what I had anticipated that they would be. So the Jag is a lot like the AMG. It's high torque and or in low rev high torque. So you can run it pretty low in the revs, but if you run it past that, you're basically just burning gas. That's it. So, so we had to make another stop to get a splash of fuel, which didn't help either one of us and probably contributed to, loss of a couple positions there. But, so yeah, overall, nothing real significant happened in my race. Passed a couple people, got passed by a couple people, ran side by side in line with you for a couple laps, and then I hit the wall coming out of that little left-hander going into the tunnel, and that was it. So
yeah, I thought, well, first off, my strategy was medium, soft, medium, medium. I wanted softs through the safety car. I took mediums to 8. And like I said, I wanted to be on mediums at the beginning just because nothing was going to make it to safety car lap for me, regardless, except for like hard tires, which would be pointless. So I ran the mediums. I think Bessa was on softs. I think Berman and Tex were on mediums. I think Nismo was on softs. So at the front, it was a little hectic, because we had 2 different tire compounds racing, but we all stayed still close together. Switched over to the softs. I was supposed to pit on lap, I think it was 14. I was supposed to pit on, and the tires lasted a little bit longer than I anticipated. And I had practiced trying to be very cognizant of the tire wear. Like, I took my turns a lot slower, tried my best to keep the rear end in check. 'Cause like I told you before, like one little tail happy moving out and the tires just go down crazy. So if you can keep it in check, it's not fast, but it is manageable. So I was able to take to like lap 17 on softs. Now again, safety car involved with that too. But then after that, it was medium. I came up a little short on fuel as well. I probably could have grabbed one more position potentially because I came up on Zen pretty quick and he had gotten sideways. But I literally ran out of fuel probably 3 car lengths before the finish line.
It's that close, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was extremely close. Extremely close. I looked down, like when you come off of that long left-hander, and then you go up a little bit, take that sharp to the right. At that point, I looked down, I was at 0.1 left, and I was on 1% of fuel. I was like, uh-oh. And I knew you were behind me, and I was like, if I lose to him on fuel, I'm gonna be pissed. And so I nursed the hell out of it. I let Besso and Zen kind of go their own way, and I kind of limped along. So, I still was able to get across, obviously, within a good time. But yeah, and I was confused by you because, like you said, we were racing for a couple laps. Like I had passed you. I don't want to say I passed you with ease, but I don't know if like you were just going slower for some reason. I honestly assumed when I passed you the first time, I thought you were fuel saving. I was like, I know what he's doing. He's fuel saving. And I was also thinking, why would you do that in that car? But nonetheless, whatever. And then you caught up to me and I was like, all right, this fool wants to run. Let's run. So yeah, we did for a little bit, but then like you said, you tagged that wall and I just kind of skirted away from you after that. But yeah, no, it was the beginning of the race was extremely hectic. And I mean, running behind Besso and Nismo and Tex and Berman all in the same little pod. Like it was actually Nismo wasn't up there. He got taken out turn 1.
He was mixed up in the
yeah, him and Zen got taken out in turn 1, and then safety car helps, and Nismo just stayed quiet, got fastest lap because he was probably anger motivated, and ended up taking first place. So, but yeah, it was hectic up there, and I mean, if all of us have pretty much driven behind Besso, and he tries to take up the whole track, and he was successfully trying to do so. So trying not to hit him while he's defending but then having Tex and Berman behind you also trying to, and then getting past you, and then I got a penalty, and then Berman got a penalty. Like it was just back and forth. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it was also very hectic up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the leaderboard. First place on the leaderboard right now, I'm still holding first. Well,
You
depends
don't
on how
talk
you
about
look.
that yet. You have to talk about who won the race.
Who won the race? Nismo won the race, and he also
Yes.
had fastest lap.
Yes.
Also leading on the leaderboard, although he is a reserve driver, but he has got 21 points from his race this past weekend where he took fastest lap. So second
place.
was Floody. I'm sorry, yes, Floody was second place, which was an excellent finish. I know he was excited. He was talking about that during the race. He was saying, how nervous he was.
Well, Cam, remember, Cam called him out. Cam's like, "Hey, Flood, are you doing all right up there?" And then Flood's like, not now that you mention anything."
I was doing so well until you had to say something.
Yeah, so I mean, apparently he just did 2 stops and didn't realize he could make 2 stops, and kind of on a whim just went with it, and it worked. So kudos to him.
Sometimes not having strategies or deviating from your strategy is a winning combination. Go figure.
Yeah.
So third place from the race was Zen with 13
Mhm.
points, followed by you with 11. So congratulations. Good job, fourth. After that was
No, you have to say fourth in the Lambo.
fourth in the Lambo.
Fourth in the Lambo.
Fourth in the
Yes.
Lambo.
Fourth in the Lambo. Continue.
Besso with 10 points. Texas Speed with 9. After Texas Speed was myself, which, like I say, we did what we could, but ultimately I'm gonna take credit as the captain for messing up the fuel strategy. So sorry, Dirksey. I guess I don't know. One day I'll send you a Skyline chili bowl or something as an apology.
Now, on your last pit, you said you did not take tires?
No, I just took a splash fuel.
Yeah.
I had enough tire left. Towards the
Mhm.
end, I would have benefited a little bit. I was getting run down on the tires that I had, but I was like, I'm already making an unscheduled stop. I'm just, the tires that I had on it were decent. They were okay.
Yeah.
The temperature was low. And so I was like, just give me fuel and save that extra 3 or 4 seconds or whatever it takes for them to change tires and just get out of here. So I don't know if it paid off or not. Probably not. Probably should have taken the tire, but who knows. So behind me was Camzilla, getting 7 points for the race. Then Chaotica, then Dirksey, followed by Bad Rock, and then Zanchin Berman, getting 3 points. And then it was Preston. 2 points.
Yep.
Gloves did not make this race this time, unfortunately.
Yep. So, so we had a little bit of a different showing from our GR4 new guys this race. They both, Anatole was very, very quick on Discord to say, "Hey, look how GR4 guys did in the GR3 race at Otopolis," which they did. They did. But it was definitely a different race. This race, as rain is a good equalizer.
That it is.
Rain is a good equalizer. So,
and that balance and what we ended up with is with the leaderboard, you end up with such a well, let's just put it up there and let's take a look at it. So with the points the way they are, there's so many ties across the leaderboard right now. Like we mentioned, Nismo with his 21 points from this past weekend is technically in first place in the driver competition with 21. I am tied for first top of the regular driver leaderboard. However we officially say that, I don't know, with 20 points. And then everything is so look at the point numbers, the rest of the board. It is so Berman 16 points in second place. Floody only 1 point behind that with 15. Then you have a two-way tie between Zen and Preston with 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
You have another two-way tie between Cam and you with 11.
Cam.
And then you got another tie with Besso and Chaotico with 10.
Yeah.
And then another tie with Dirksey and Texas Speed with 9. So, you know, it really did. This race balanced out the points from the rain race and kind of, I mean, it's almost like inverses when you look at this, like,
Yeah, I think it's also cool to look at the total overall points. Besides you and Nismo, it's separated by 3 points on total from second place to ninth place.
that's
Just 3
yeah,
points.
just 3 points.
Excuse me, 4 points.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
it's definitely a fun season. I'm not used to being where I'm at right now. starting to itch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But again, I've enjoyed the racing this season already, even though have I said I hate this car? Because I hate this car.
Well, it appears as though, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not our league statistician, but I don't know if we've ever had this early on the season points this tied up and this tight and close. Maybe these cars are the great equalizer within what we've been seeing, that being that they're the last group of pick cars that anybody would have picked. So, who knows?
I think the other cool part is that we do have different drivers winning. You know what I mean? With you winning first race and now Nismo winning this race, so hopefully that trend remains and you don't win next race, and neither does Nismo. So I'm fine with that.
So below our relegation line,
Yes.
which does not necessarily mean a whole lot right now. We're very, very early in the league, or in the season. But below relegation right now is Glovis and Bad Rock. So, those guys, they still got a lot of racing left. That can change with Monza. It can, and I'm sure it will change to some degree as we move through the season. So,
Levis should be all right in the vet at Monza.
yeah, he ought to do okay in the vet in the Monza. Yeah, that's pretty good car for that track. So yeah. So with that,
How's it feel being up there and tied for first?
I mean, it's always good to be up there. I mean, I totally, I mean, like I said, I didn't have a strategy for Autopolis. I just went out there and ran, and I really didn't have a strategy. I was just like, okay, well, let's go on wets, and then we just drive till we run out of gas, and we go get some more gas, and go again. So I didn't anticipate actually to do all that great at Autopolis. It's not a favorite track of mine. The Jaguar's a new car. I had no strategy, and I did virtually no practice in the rain. So,
So F you to the whole league. Good, got it. Noted. I didn't practice. It's a new car. I kind of just winged it. I just did my own thing, and I just ended up winning. You guys suck.
the advantage to me with the Jag is that it drives very similar to the AMG. It really does. And so it's pretty familiar car. It's an FR car. So it suits my driving style. It's not too hard to get used to. It's a little more slippery than the AMG, but
Well, good job.
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for my birthday gift. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're also welcome in that. I honestly felt like you're probably taking the loss of the Lambo pretty bad. this week, so I figured just we'll fill that hole with a Lego Corvette.
There we go.
There
There we
you
go. After the
So
podcast, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clear all this shit off over here, and then we're gonna start building.
it's
And then
it's
we're gonna have a build video. Once you get out of your hotel and you get back home, we can do a build together video. It could be a drink and a build with a driver. How about that? We could do a special little episode where we build.
what music's going to be in the background for this
Oh, it would have to be. Oh, it'd
build
have
with
to
a
be something
driver?
like I don't know, something ridiculous. What could we put in the background?
See, I think like Tron soundtrack is what I think. Yeah, you watch Tiger King. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. Let's talk GR4.
What is that, like a Marvel movie or something?
No, not at all. I'm not even, no, we're just gonna stop.
We'll just move on to GR4.
We'll move to GR4. GR4 did so much better in turn one than we
No,
did.
speaking of turn one, GR4 had a massive crash in turn one as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, again, they were not spared from the catastrophe that is turn one of Trial Mountain. So uh, they look much the same thing, same scenario, same reason, virtually the same outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
I think we need to blame it on the driver who decided to come back for this race. Slug.
okay, we're gonna blame on Slug. Okay.
Slug came back out of retirement. For some of the long-termers, they remember Slug. Newcomers, Slug was in the inception of this Discord and league, and matter of fact, named the league. He was the one who brought the name to the table.
Mhm.
Also had a very, very horrible experience last time he ran at Trial Mountain. So
Yeah.
he was successful this time.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. I mean, it's the same thing at Trial Mountain every single time, and you either get caught up in it or you don't, and it generally the outcome is the same, cars all over the place, and people either make it through or they don't. Slug also, he raced the Lambo this race on his return, which he did have a good showing. I mean,
Mhm.
he was battling up there, but evidently he didn't like it too much because he decided that moving forward he's going to go with any other team, anyone else other than Lambo. He's just like, you know, I don't know if Schwinn a team, he'll go with that, but no more Lambo.
Yeah. So back to GR4.
Yes, back to
Dude,
GR4.
we we had battles in GR3, but Hiffy and Hi-Fi and Honda and all the names you want to give him, and Huge Shark
Honda.
coming back for his first race this season. Dude, they went toe to toe.
Lap after lap too. I mean, there was battles back and forth. They were passing and one passing another, and it
And it
was
was
great.
clean.
And it was clean. It was clean
Yeah.
passes. Yeah. For lap after lap, virtually the
Mhm.
whole race. Yeah, it was excellent battle. There's a lot of battles back and forth. I know Anatole at the end was sweating bullets because he was defending his positions like, just as
Against
hard as he
Thrasher.
could. Yeah, at Thrasher. Yep.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of good battles, good racing, a lot of clean passes, and so an exciting race to watch, as GR4 typically is.
Yeah. One thing we didn't talk about, I'm going to reverse it for a second. Did you see Zen and Besso's drag to the end, to the
No,
finish line? Dude, it was close.
I
I
know
was
the
running out
times
of
are
gas,
close.
so I had time to watch. But
Okay.
we all know there's some tension between them, but going into the last turns,
Uh-huh.
they minded each other's space. Bessa defended the inside turn of the last turn. Zen came out wide, getting a better run, and it was right down to the finish line. I think they ended up like a tenth of a second away from each other, which was really cool to see. And then as I limped across finish line was,
we'll have to pull the photo finish and
yeah, that was a close
shot line.
finish there. That was close. So it just popped in my head. I meant to talk about it and completely forgot about it. But no, going back to GR4, like I said, I mean, there was constant battles the entire time, and it lasted lap after lap after lap after lap with Honda and Hughes-Jar.
Mhm.
And I think again, I mean, it's just exciting again to see different drivers, and it's the same thing in this one. We've got two different drivers. Well, not different, but as far as like fastest laps,
Mhm.
and we don't have a clean sweep on that this season. Sorry, Cam. Not getting it this season either. But he does have the trophy and the t-shirt from last season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cam's like he's like yes. He's like, so far I still hold the record.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna hold that one for a while. He will hold that for a while. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be
we'll
tough
see.
to beat.
But no, I found this race to be interesting. The pit strategy was a little bit different. You know, Slug coming in to help us out on Lambo. He adopted my strategy from group 3, and it actually hindered him. Deeds ran just a 2-stop race. That's all he did, was just 2 stops. And I think quite a few of the guys only did 2 stops for GR4.
Mhm.
But Slug kind of just coming back and not having much to really benchmark off of with data and whatnot. You know, so we didn't really have a legit strategy. Deeds kind of wanted to kind of see what he could do on his own. So, you know, let him do that. And then so Slug pit one extra time.
Mhm.
Had we planned it a little bit differently, maybe he could have been up a little bit higher. Not that it would have given me points or our team points, but you know, cool to see the Lambo up there. So
Well, he still acquired 10 points for the race, and coming out of, I mean, it's been, gosh, how long has it been since he raced competitively? It's been at least one season,
yeah,
two, or one.
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
at least one full
Mhm.
season, possibly two.
Yeah.
So you know, just a
But
couple.
apparently that was enough, and next race he's running for Renault. So
Mhm. Well,
good luck, Slug.
good
Good luck.
luck.
Yeah, so on your team, you had Anatole
Mhm.
and Golden. What was their strategy?
Well, you know, they had their own strategy. Golden got you know, had engine failure or some kind of technical
Oh, that's right, because
problem
his internet
early on,
dropped
because
out.
he was running mid pack, mid to front pack for the first part of the race, and then I was watching the because I was driving the safety car. So when I started out, this is only my second time driving the safety car, which is kind of fun actually. And so we started, and all that disaster happened in turn 1, so I kind of got a front row seat to it there. And then we drove around the rest of the track, and that sweeper at the backside that you go around, something happened there. I couldn't see who was involved, but I come around the turn and there's just a car like trying to get going, and I was like, oh shit, slam on the brakes, you know, and you know, get back around the track. But Anatole had worked out a strategy for them, and you know, he was doing excellent. I mean, Golden was as well until he had a problem. And then, like I say, Anatole battled back and forth with he was battling Thrasher for a little bit. He was battling
He battled Slug for a little bit as
Plug for a little
well.
bit.
Hmm.
And then at the end, Devin and Thrasher were catching up, and he was just trying to hold on for everything just to hold that position, and
Hmm.
managed to do it. So um, he
What
was.
tires did they start on? Do you know?
I think Anatole said they started on softs, and then I think he said that they ended on hards. They were having to run hards, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Deeds went back and watched it and said that they ran hards.
Mhm.
Um,
The GT4 cars, I believe, just really get really bad tire wear in comparison to ours.
I mean, Deeds ran. I don't remember the lineup, but I think he ran softs and mediums. He never touched hards.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think
And
there
we're
was.
all, I mean, they're in the all-wheel drive, so
Mhm.
it typically gets worse than what you guys do.
It's true. Yeah.
So I don't know.
You want to take us through the finishing order for GT4?
Sure, because I'm well prepared for that. So Honda took first. We do know that. Deeds, not Deeds, Huge Jar took second. Deeds took third, but took fastest lap, so he got that extra point, breaking the curse on that one. Lalo took fourth place. Slug took fifth place. We had Anatole in fifth. We had Thrasher in sixth. Rutaz, Mr. Rudy, in seventh. Then we have Saito in eighth. We've got Sully in ninth. Curious Guy, Mr. Reliable, showing up every single week, in 10th. Devin, 11. And then Golden in 12 with the DNF.
The funny thing about Curious Guy is last season, especially the seasons before, it was like, and we've mentioned this before on the podcast, every time he would say, nobody gets last, last is my place, this is, and that has not been the case this season.
Yeah, it's because I've got Silo. Who's yet to show up. So I mean, no, he showed up one race, but that's it.
Yeah, so Curious Guy is doing better. Keep at it. You're climbing the leaderboard slowly but surely. So keep at it.
Yeah, that he is.
And
That
talking about the
is.
leaderboard, what we have, we're showing number one at the top is Hyphy Honda with 21 points. Mr. Deeds, T Deeds, is second with 15 and a tie with Huge Jar with 15. So those guys are above the promotion line currently, and just like with the relegation line, that can certainly change and probably will throughout the season as we go, because we're only 2 races in. But that's where they're sitting, fifth, tied with 15 points. Fourth is Rutaz with 13. Then we have a two-way tie with Lalo and Saito with 11 each. Seventh is Anatole with 10 points. Then Devin with 9. Thrasher with 8. Arcane with 6. And then we have a two-way tie between Curious Guy and Sully with 5. And Silo has 4. And Golden Oracle with 2. Golden Oracle was not available to race at Autopolis. And of course, with his misfortune here at Trial Mountain. So I'm sure he's gonna be working for Monza to be able to put some points on the board, and I'm sure he's gonna make it happen there. So and then Slug with 10 points. Slug is a reserve driver, so he's gonna pick up some points too. But he's driving with the Renault, if we haven't mentioned that, for next weekend or next race at Monza. He won't be in the Lambo. He'll be in the Renault. He's decided that, in case we neglected to mention that in this.
That's all right. That's all right. Deeds came through for me. We're not worried about that. We're not worried. We are close to the bottom though on team points.
All right, so let's talk about teams. So Alfa Romeo is leading the teams with 45 points. By pretty good margin of 5 points over Ferrari in second. Zen and Cam are who are driving for the Alfa Romeo. Zen is an excellent strategist when it comes to strategies, putting those together. Seems to be working out for them well. And Cam is, as typical, an excellent driver, so they're doing pretty well. Ferrari 5 points behind in second with 40. They're making that Ferrari work. So
well, it's the Jar coming through. I mean, Jar was on my team last season, so I know what he's capable of. And again, once Thrasher starts getting a little bit used to that car, he's going to start kicking his way back at the front. So you'll see it here pretty soon, I would.
Now, GR4 Ferrari is a solid car.
Oh yeah, no, you were in the you were on that night that we practiced,
Mhm.
and I ran the GR4 Ferrari, and I ran a 159 or something like that, 158. I can't remember, but yeah, it's solid car.
Yeah.
Solid car.
Yep. So
The Lambo was
Jaguar
not.
team
Have I said that yet?
team Jag is third with 39 points.
Yes.
Fourth is Team Peugeot with 34. Team Chevrolet with 32 on at fifth. Down there at sixth, this Team Lamborghini with 30 points, and Team Renault with 26.
I
What's your
mean,
thoughts on that?
we're not last. Sorry, Renault, but we're not last yet. Next, I need to find another driver, man, because we're rolling with just 2 points at a time here.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
You
true.
know, like that's starting to catch up a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I foresee us dropping the bottom after next race just because it's only going to be Deeds and myself running, unless he gets first and I get first, and then we'll be okay. But yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. Not for Deeds, for me. So
When is Silo set to return?
that's a good question. Every time I talk to him, he gets pushed out a little bit farther. He's in Baltimore right now, eating crab cakes. Um, I don't know. I think he's saying the 18th ish. So yeah,
Well, he'll
and
be back in time
I
for
mean,
Alsace reserve. Yeah.
it's not like he contributes a whole bunch of points. So
It's your teammate, man.
he, he's my roommate. He's my teammate. What else do you want me to say?
Y'all need to start having practice sessions.
We do have practice sessions. That's the problem.
All right. Well, Trial Mountain was a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know we did. As interesting as it always is to run there. Season shaping out to be a competitive one. The points are close in both leagues. Points close between drivers. Points are close between teams. So Monza should be a little change of pace for everybody. It's a familiar track. Relatively fast, relatively easy. It's a track we've done events at several times.
You like Monza?
I do. Yes, I do like Monza. I don't like that little chicane right off of the start finish line. That always causes all kinds of problems. I think it's going to cause additional problems in this race. But other than that, yeah, I do.
I got punted last time.
Yeah, somebody always gets punted. Somebody will get punted here, I'm sure. And I'm sure it'll end up as an IR. So yeah, we'll be talking about it. Let's recap real quick. I know you haven't been running the Sunday Cup. I don't know why. Are you going to join Sunday Cup maybe at some point since you designed?
I've given you guys the option that I can only do one of these leagues. And would you rather me be in Sunday Cup or in this GR3? Most people said get out of GR3, which is why I stayed. So
no, we
I'm
want
not in Sunday
you.
Cup.
We like you in GR3 and we like you in the Lambo. So just stick with that. But I think you really should participate in the race that you made for this season. So
Well, that's the
anyway,
last race of the season, and we're not even close to that yet.
okay, well you did the Billy Bob series. So for the Billy Bob series,
Nobody gets why it's called the Billy Bob series. I'm curious if anyone's going to catch it. Somebody will.
is it NASCAR?
No. When has any of my references ever been about NASCAR? Never. Yes, I'm near a NASCAR track right now, but that has nothing to do with any part of it.
So with points in, we're going to run through the points in Sunday Cup right now. Besso is topping the leaderboard with 55. Chaotica at 50 in second place. Rounding out podium is Berman with 40. myself with 39, Thrasher with 31, Glovis 25, Huge Jar with 22, Dirksey 20, and then Preston and Rutaz have a tie with 13 points, Saito 11, and Bad Rock Jones with 5. So the next race is going to be the Radical Cup, which will be, this coming weekend. And it's going to be at Laguna Seca, Streets of Willow, which ought to be interesting, and High Speed Ring, or the Road Atlanta. So good set of tracks there. Should be a lot of fun.
I do miss it. I do miss it, but I just can't commit to two. I can't commit to 2 different leagues right now. Not with a 2-year-old running around. That makes it a little difficult. So, and it's summertime, and I want to be at the pool.
I understand. So, the only other thing we've got going on is a tournament, which has lasted like 25 times as long as we thought it was going to. It's still ongoing. You're out of it. You got beat by Besso, and what was he driving? He drove that 88 or whatever it was, the Toyota thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're eliminated along with me.
That was. Yep.
We're on the sidelines now.
We are on the sidelines. It was a fun race. He knows that car very well. He knows that car substantially better than I do. But I had one mistake.
Yeah.
And he was able to get by me. And then after that one mistake, I just couldn't get around him. It just didn't have the horsepower, and that track is difficult for passing when someone puts 2 tires in the dirt.
He did that to me the whole entire race at that what's that curvy track where we did the Mazdas and I couldn't get around them. Oh man. Oh, Horse Thief Mile. It was
yeah,
twisty thing. It was 2 tires in the dirt every corner, and I was like, there's no way. I can't pass on the outside here. You could barely get 2 cars on that track. So
it was a tight race for that. He had a little bit of an advantage on the first sector from the corkscrew to the finish line. Not the finish line, but corkscrew to the last turn. I had him pegged on that. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize a manual shifter gave that much of an advantage, and it certainly did, as I watched him pull away from me time and time again on the last straight.
Yeah, so who knew? So
I had no clue. And then Anatole comes over and he's like, "Hey, it's banned in sport." And I'm like, "What?" That's so stupid. Yeah. Good to know. Facts you should know going into it. Yeah, because I gave him props, which I now take those props away. But during the race, I was like, dude, ballsy move to run manual for this race. He didn't say anything. No, he didn't say anything at all. And like I said, lap after lap, I'm trying to figure out, well, how the hell we're in the same car. Technically, we were in different cars, but technically the same car, apparently. And he would just pull away, and I did not understand that until that was explained to me. So I take back my compliment of being a ballsy move. I think it was very shitty. No, I'm just kidding. Not ill at all. He did miss a gear, and I ran right in the back of him, and he took like a second lead off of me. And, that's just hard to overcome on that track in those cars. So,
yeah, when you got 130 horsepower or whatever it had, there's really not so much you can do.
Yeah.
So,
I still go back to Besso didn't beat me. His gearbox did.
Little asterisk goes back there.
A little asterisk next to it. Yeah. So you guys got to get this tournament done. Hurry, come on, get it done.
Yes, you guys. I think we're down to the last final 4. Are we down? Whoa, the final 4 of sports term. Are we there?
Look at you.
Is that where we're at?
No, I don't. It's been so long since I've looked at it because it's taking so long.
It's going to be
get it
archived here
completed.
before long.
Hold on. To the point where it's closed on my thread because yeah, we haven't done anything in so long.
Yeah,
So
I
there's
can't
that
I can't
thread.
find it either. Okay, so maybe it isn't the final four. Maybe then we'll get to the final four, and maybe we'll be at the final four with our next podcast in a couple weeks.
We are in the final four.
I knew it.
No, we are not. Yeah, we are in the final four.
We are.
Yeah.
We are
Yes,
or we aren't.
we are in the final four. Berman and Nismo need
Yep.
a race. Preston and Besso need a race. And then once that happens, then the losers race the winner. But no, because then if Berman say Berman loses, he's gonna race the winner of the losers. And then once that race is over, whoever wins the loser race goes back up to face whoever's in the top bracket. And he has to beat them twice. It's math. It works out. It's on the bracket. I can't understand why you don't understand this crap.
Whatever. They need to get it done. So start racing, guys. Make your challenges. If you need somebody to film, hit up an admin. Somebody can film it for you. But wrap it up. All right.
Anatole somewhere just said that's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Anatole's gonna be like, yep, that's what she said.
Yeah. So well, I look forward to seeing you at Monza, potentially. Your Jaguar is gonna be hard to beat because it's got a good top end. So we'll see. Don't run out of gas.
By the next podcast, maybe what we could lead off with the next podcast, we could have a little build together. We could build part of our things
Mine
together.
will be done. So these guys don't know. Well, I think I put a picture online, but
You did.
A buddy of ours got me the Ford Mustang for birthday / Christmas / next Christmas.
I have a question. Did it come with Lego people for you to run over? You set them up in front of it, like several
no,
of
they
them.
They don't have to be in front of it. The car will
You got to
find
be
them.
around it.
The car will find them. No, it did not come with little people at all. But my friends have been trying to get me into Legos for decades. I love everything mechanical, and I've always stayed away from them because I know what's going to happen should I fall into that trap. I had Constructs growing up as a kid. If anyone from the 80s remembers those, hit me up. I have literally 200 pounds of it at my house from when I was a kid. But so he buys me this Lego. One, everyone knows I've always kind of wanted a Mustang. So he buys me this Lego, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to be a jerk and not put it together. So I start putting it together, and it comes with all these steps, and you'll see it in there, and I'll give you some pointers from what I've lived and learned and lost and everything. But step one was just building out the chassis. And I'm thinking, Legos, you just stack them all together, no big deal.
Yeah.
This thing, which most of everyone else probably knows, everything moves. So the steering wheel moves the front wheels. There is a suspension lift on the back, so I rotate this little wheel in the back, and the car rear end lifts up. The door is open, and everything is Legos, and everything's gears, and it's really cool how it's kind of going together, and I don't want to admit that. So, and when you started asking me questions about it, and I was sending pictures and everything, literally the next day, obviously, because our stupid phones are listening to us at all times, literally the next day, something pops up, and it was that Corvette. And so I hit your wife up, and I was like, yo, did you get anything for him for his birthday yet? And she's like, I'm thinking about this and this and this. And I was like, well, here's this. And she's like, all right, let's do it. So it's like, okay. So that's how you end up with the vet. So mine is, I think, 15 or 16 inches long.
Yeah.
My Lego car is 16 inches long for all the
Wow,
deviant,
that's a big one.
all the deviants we have out there. It's pretty large. I can't even say it now. But it is big. Like it's a pretty big size. So I mean, the Italian part's coming back. Let's just talk about that and the size and all that.
All right. Well, all right. About we're just gonna
So
cut it
your
off
car
that.
better be done by next episode.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully we get it built and it'll be by next episode we'll have it here in the background where it'll be. So I it's been a long time since I put Lego together. I thought these things were the coolest things ever. I think we first saw it with the interview with Boat. I think was the first one, maybe if I'm not mistaken.
It was either Boat or
It was
Glovis.
one of the two of them, yeah, that were the first about it, and we were just like, "Holy cow!" This. I think it was Boat because we spent a long time going through like
Yeah,
Amazon
he
afterward.
he has the LMP
The LMP,
what he
right?
showed, but
Right.
I feel like Glovis either talked about it first, but the other thing is in my neck of the woods, Silo has like 20 or 30 of these things
Hmm.
of Legos.
Well, we might have 20 or 30 by the time we're done. So,
God, I hope I have nowhere to put them. That and my son's going to destroy them at some point in my life, and I'm going to get pissed off.
oh, better put them
Ooh,
up high.
car, because he loves cars right now.
Ooh, cars.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got cars literally everywhere in the house. Everywhere in the house, which is cool. It's better than the Bluey stuff. I love Bluey, don't get me wrong. The episodes are great. That's what you should watch. Watch an episode of Bluey.
What is Bluey? Is that the one with the little dog that goes around looking for clues?
That's Blue's Clues, but I could see the confusion. Bluey is about a dog and his family, and it's actually pretty hilarious. I've talked to Saito about it. There's actually been multiple discussions within Discord, very valuable, important, and life-changing discussions about Bluey, and not some trashy bullshit called Tiger King.
Well, you like I say, we nominated movies for Glovis to watch, and so we nominate this for you to watch.
No. That's no. It's because Glovis just hit puberty and doesn't know about these movies. Fully aware of Tiger King, and it's trash. I have no desire to watch it. I'll watch anything else but that. I'd rather watch How to Make an American Quilt, and I walked out of that movie. That was a random date.
What if we did a poll, or what if? Ooh, I remember. Why don't we do this? What if we get 20 thumbs up likes on this video that you have to watch a Tiger King? I remember that happening to somebody that was on this
Yeah,
podcast.
but how are you gonna vet that I actually did that? So how about this? When you come up to go shooting, we'll
Mhm.
just watch Tiger King the whole weekend.
No,
Yeah.
I want to
Well,
go
then
shooting.
nobody else is gonna vet the fact that I watched all of them, right?
We'll do a pop quiz.
Oh, and you're gonna ask give me one question now from that whole series.
Uh, What was the most famous quote that was repeated time after time?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
And I'm supposed to watch this? Oh my gosh. I'll give you this. I'll watch one episode that you decide if we get 20 likes.
One episode.
One episode, that's it. You get to pick it though.
We will let Deviant Racing pick it. So
No one else has watched this crap but you.
You cannot speak for that. We have a lot of members, and
Ooh. All right.
they might have.
I'm posting a poll right now.
Post a poll. Yeah, post a poll. Yeah, tell them to submit their favorite episode of Tiger King.
No, that's no.
Do it, guys. All right. Well, until next time, we will next time be talking about Monza and the results there. So until then, give us your suggestions of your favorite Tiger King episode. Submit pictures of your own Legos and any advice that you want to give to us, and practice up for Monza. And we'll see everybody next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Check this out. It's the Mustang symbol. See that? Right.
Yeah, where does that go?
I think it's, I don't know. I don't know yet. Haven't gotten there. I'm just building it out.
I don't know. just
Yeah, I don't know where it goes yet.
instructions. Shit.